You already know it's Kai. I'm on my cousin's show, about to destroy him.
Never.
Love him to death, but I'm about to really school him on some game. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yo, Cole, get introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, my name Cole, man. I'm just here to tap in. That's it. I'm just here to get my input. That's all.
Nigga scared. Somebody want to tap in. All right.
Just here to tap in.
You in the game. It's going down.
All right,
It's
so
going
bet.
down.
All right, so bet. So the topic gonna be right. So we got two topics. So
Yeah,
the first topic gonna be our sons are better raised by their fathers or their mothers, and the second topic gonna be is cheating a choice or a mistake. So we're gonna start with the first topic though.
That's tough.
Our sons are better raised by their mothers or their fathers. So Kai, I'm gonna start with you. What you think, Cuzzo?
I feel like, again, I was raised in a two-parent home, so again, we have free will, right? Biblical purposes, right? We got free will. My parents raised me totally right. I don't really have a story of being raised by one parent, but my parents did right, and I chose to do whatever I wanted to do. So it's like I can't really touch on just saying like, all right, cool. Nah, if my dad would have raised me, I would have been this way. I feel like a father's love is tough, but it's pure. It's not like it will hurt you, but he will nurture you and teach you. A mother's love, she don't even want you to be hurt. She don't want you to be touched. She's trying to protect you at all means. You want to love on your mom want to love on you. So I feel personally, if I was in that situation, I would want to be raised by my mom. I would want to be, because again, I got the best of both worlds. My dad was super tough on me. It wasn't
Problem, nigga.
It wasn't no lacking. It wasn't no slacking. It was like the truth. I got a piece of truth. I got to feel what really comes with being raised with a mom and dad. And I feel like personally, I would want to be raised, if that was to occur, with my mom. He may feel different because he's experiencing it with his son. But with me, with my mom, yeah.
Mhm.
I could say I was raised in every different type of aspect. My father was in and out of jail. My mother and father are and still are married. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my father was street.
Yeah, man, you got to speak up a little bit, but I can't really hear you like that, bro.
My father was in and out of jail many times. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like he did 5-year stretches, all types of different types of stretches throughout my life. So at the same time, I saw like, you know what I'm saying, like side dudes, my mom, because at the end of the day, 5 years apart, you still need somebody to rekindle the flame. So I dealt with all types of different male figures trying to be involved, but I'm not really jacking that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, whether or not you raised with both parents or single parents, I feel it's up to the current parent, which is ourselves, to be better than our actual parents.
Absolutely.
It's not about whether you was raised with one or two. It's more so about what's inside of you. So if you want to be better, which that's what you should be, you should always want to be better than what your parents did for you. Not the same, not a little bit, not this is what my mother did. It should be, I was raised like this, but I'm going to take it up 10 notches.
10 notches. Absolutely.
This is what I want to do for my kid. Not no one should be like, well, my mother did this. We're not raised the same or in the same era and anything like that. So you can't ever say like, yo, my mother did this. That's dumb shit. So even if a girl tell you like, well, I was raised like this, that's dumb to me. You know what I'm saying?
But wait. I want to interject too.
Interject, yeah.
Look, with this era, we didn't even grow up the same. We grew up with cousins.
That's another thing.
Yo,
we grew up with family, like together, going together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we live in a weird space and world that like is way more pedophile. Well, let me rephrase that.
Forget the pedophiles.
Because that's serious.
We grew up way tight knitted than
what I'm saying
how we are now.
What I'm saying is we expose the pedophiles more now.
Way more because
So
it's socially
before
exposed.
we would bury it.
Okay.
So your kid
I
would
agree
bury
with
your
that.
uncle or somebody doing something weird to you.
I agree with that.
But now we exposing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we ain't fucking with you. You XYZ. Get the fuck up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days, they would cover it up. A lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta think about that too. So like your uncle might have been a pedophile, but he got kids, so you still want to be around those kids. You feel what I'm saying? So you still want to be around cousin Tommy, cousin this, cousin that. But at the same time, you had to deal with uncle whoever that's or
wait,
auntie,
but don't put it just on the guys.
That's what I said, auntie too.
Females groomed the guys. They like touched on us, kissed us.
That's what I said.
They kissed us. They touched on us.
Excessive.
And
that shit crazy, bro.
It's weird, but
it's
weird. Both parties.
I just wanted. It's both parties. I just don't want to put it on that, but
I also said
you get to experience it both ways.
Too touchy, feely, kissy. Oh, come here, boo boo. Nah, boo, you trying to groom me, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I had
be careful.
Oh my god!
You so handsome. This time,
I'm telling you. Listen, we gonna say this for another time.
That's a fact. Yeah. So, Cole, what about you, bro? What about you? Then I'm gonna elaborate on my joint. What about you, Cole?
I ain't trying to be politically. I'm not trying to be like PC or whatever, but there's no real like choice to the answer because you both like with everybody's experience
is different.
You have your opinion because of what you were raised by. So everything like you got factors in terms of where you living at. Like if you in the projects, whatever the case may be, depending on the type of kid you are or the type of like man or woman you're gonna be, you might want to be it might benefit you to be raised by a father or your mother. Like there's things that I learned from my mother growing up that I know my dad wouldn't be able to teach me. But I also know that because I didn't live with him for an extended period of time. So I have that opinion based on that. If I would have lived with him for an extended period of time, I would feel like, dang, there's something else missing there. And I can say the same because with my son, like I feel like when you have that two-parent household, you really see like it's little things in terms of like she checks the calendar for his school thing to see like if it's like pajama day or where it is there or whatever. As men, like I feel like we don't like I'm not paying attention to nothing like that, but I'm just worried about other extracurricular stuff. But I'm not saying
Hold on.
Let him go. Let him get his fill. Let him get his fill. Go ahead.
I'm not saying I'm not involved with him in his school activities and his curriculum and stuff like that because I am. But I'm saying little things that women pay attention to that sometimes as men we don't pay attention to, we can't take for granted how that affects the child. So while it may be something minuscule, like, oh, she remembered to like pack this for him for lunch because he likes that. Like we may think like, she packed this, she packed that, all right, cool. But to him or her, that may mean the world to them on that specific day. So I'm saying to me, like, there's no real answer because you benefit from both equally depending on how you were raised by one.
I
gotta get my joint out. Y'all been chatting, bro.
Wait, cuz
y'all been chatting.
Give me the floor real quick, cuz I don't like really agree with that. Like I'm at my daughter's school all the time. Like
I never, bro. I don't.
Wait, cuz I give you the floor.
Let's get it in.
I'm not going against you. I'm just saying like the things that you were saying, like, oh, a lot of parents is not, into this or into that. Like, bro, like I'm into that. Like
I'm not saying you specifically.
Wait,
I'm
can
saying
I get the
as
floor?
men.
No, can I get?
You talk for 20 minutes, bro. You talk for 20 minutes.
One at a time, y'all.
No, I like this though.
But we gotta do this one at a fucking time, man. I want people to hear this.
All right, cool. Because he's saying he's speaking for men, but you can't speak for men because you're gonna speak for the men that you feel like do whatever you spoke about. I feel like personally, I'm like I got Dojo on my phone. I may slip sometimes, and I might have somebody pick me up, but it's on my phone. I get it. I go to the class and sitting there with my daughter. I know a lot of fathers don't even know their kids' shoe size, they clothes size.
That's sad, bro.
It's not sad. It's reality.
Hold on, bro.
Hold on,
bro. We gotta stop this. Can I get it? I ain't get the floor. Can I
Go
get the
ahead,
floor, bro?
cuz. Get the floor. Get the floor.
So
Get the floor. Get the floor.
we
Get the
gotta
floor.
stop acting like it don't be no mothers be trying to keep their sons away from their fathers, bro. So we gonna
Cuz,
sit here and act like
wait, let him
every
get the floor.
guy
Go ahead,
out
cuz. You
here
got it.
is a deadbeat because they just want to be a deadbeat. So can we be real sometimes that there be some mothers out here who be keeping their child from their fathers, bro?
I
True
agree
or
with
false?
that. I agree with that. I 100%.
Because I know a lot of niggas out here
Let
who
him
be
get
want to be in their child's life,
100%.
but then
I agree with that 100%.
but then
No, what?
but then like the mother be like keeping the child away from their fathers and all that. And you know me, bro. And I don't know y'all done, but you know I like it's like I always do my research and all that, right? So I'm about to spit some gems to y'all. See, I research, all right? So hold on for a sec. I research, bro. I'm gonna spit some gems to y'all, right? So I'm gonna do right.
Mm-hmm.
Single father households versus, single father households. Why single father households do better than mother households? All right, y'all ready for this?
Yes.
They said studies have found, right, that children from single mother households are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, right? 9 times more likely to drop out of high school. That's a fact. 10 times more likely to.
Did you drop out of high school?
Huh?
You dropped out of high school?
You got to let me finish, Kyle.
Go ahead, cuz.
You was doing that last time. Let me finish,
Go
bro.
ahead.
You keep interrupting me. Let me get this, bro.
I apologize. Wait,
let him start over. Should I start over? Because I don't think nobody heard it, bro.
Start over.
Let me start over, right?
Start over. Go ahead.
So single father households, right? Why single father's household do better than single mother household, right? So studies that found that children, right, that are from single mother households are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances like alcohol and all that, 20 times more likely to commit rape. That's crazy. And 20 times more likely to end up in prison, bro. So Coles, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna get with you, Kai. So,
all right.
So like, what's your elaboration on that, Coles? Like, you agree with that?
Bro, I was saying from the beginning, I never, like, when we have these conversations, I'm generalizing. I'm not saying specifically you, me, Bobby, Willie, whoever. I'm saying generally, men think different than women. Women think different than men. We're not going to sit up here and say that as a dad, I pay attention to everything the mother does. As a mother, she will pay attention to everything the father does. It's literally impossible. We are wired differently as human beings. So when I say things like, so when I say something like, as a mother, she pays attention to something that I may not. I'm not saying because the man lacks the capability of doing so. I'm saying we're just wired differently. So the conversation of if a child is raised better than a mother or father is nuanced, given the situation and giving the kid.
But
That's all I'm saying.
according to the studies, it's not, bro.
To the studies, bro, you could make a study for anything. I could study. It's like those dumb ESPN LeBron stats. Like he was the first person in the fourth quarter to ever like. It's a very nuanced conversation. Stats don't tell the whole story. Are you interviewing everyone who was raised by a single mother or a single father? Like
I agree with that.
Like my man said over here. He said okay, if you're a single mother or a single father, are you raising that child with a godparent? Are you raising them with family? Are you raising them with a close friend? Like all of those things
Oh, I'm glad you
matter.
said that too.
All
of those things matter.
I'm glad
Hold on, I'm
you
gonna
said
cut
that
you off
too.
a little bit, bro. Because at the end of the article, right? Because I ain't really do the full article, right? It was like the person was interviewing kids from jails and all that, prison. So they say most of them came from single mother households, people who end up commit suicide. They look at their background, their family, they raised by single mothers. So they had to prove.
Again,
no,
bro.
Wait, bro, because you're saying, oh, you fucking reaching with fucking ESPN stats. That's a reach, bro. These are people who
what I'm saying
background checks
basketball
on
to
kids, and
fucking
this is where they get their stats from, dog.
You gave him an outlet.
You just proved my point.
You just gave him an outlet.
You just proved my point. You just said they interviewed people from where is from jail. The conversation. So the conversation is already biased. Because most people most people in those situations come from the same kind of backgrounds anyway. Absolutely. So more than likely, you're from a certain demographic in a certain community. So you're already behind the 8 ball.
Bro,
So
All right, let me.
yes,
All right,
if you're only interviewing, if,
Dad,
I'm a, I'm gonna say
let him
I'm gonna
finish.
say
Let him finish his
Dad,
statement. Go ahead, finish your
I'm gonna
statement.
say there's one last thing, and that's it.
now did
When
that?
you do any kind of survey, I'm sure y'all went to school. You have this pool of people you interview, and you have a third party. You don't only interview one particular group of people and make that your one study, because the study is already going to be biased.
Mm-hmm.
Let
I
me say
don't,
one
I
thing.
don't, I kind of, I respectfully disagree with that.
You're actually
You can't
interviewing the
disagree with it.
hurt.
It's factual.
I
You're
respectfully
actually
disagree with
listen.
that, bro.
You're interviewing the hurt. Because if I'm raised with love, I'll be like, what are y'all talking about? I ain't got time for this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So y'all trying to say the studies
I'm
don't
never
come
going
from
to
nowhere,
answer.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
never going to answer a survey asking, yo, do you love your mom? How much do you love your mom?
How much do
How
you
much
love
you
your
love your
dad?
dad?
Like,
What do you do with
for
your
a
dad?
fact.
You'll be looking like, I'm not answering this dumb shit. So you got to understand, a lot of
Yo,
people that's answering that is coming from a hurt.
Hurt places.
So you're going to sit
yo,
there and get a hurt
Hurt answer.
response.
Yeah,
How,
that's
It's
all
going
bro,
to
it
be
that,
like,
is.
how's it coming
look,
from
look,
hurt
look,
if
look.
they actually doing back?
is
So from prison,
No,
right? So they doing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna kill you right here.
All right, go ahead.
God,
Go ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
And
let
then
you go,
I want
Kyle.
to take the. Go ahead, go ahead. No,
I'm gonna
no,
let
go
you
ahead.
go.
No,
They
say what you
are
want to say. Go
interviewing
ahead, go
for
ahead.
people who they like you know they know where they background where they come from, bro. They know their household. They ask them questions. So
Let
these
him
are
wait.
people
Let
who are
him go.
saying, and they said right, even with the prison, right? People the kids that go to prison, they ask them, "Are you living
I
in a
want
single
is
parent
I want to
household?"
I want to do this.
Which is
Is
hold on. They ask
yeah.
them, "Are you living in a single parent household?" Right? And they ask them, "Which parent are you living with?" And they say, "Single moms."
Watch this.
So this is
Watch
where
this.
they're getting it from somewhere. They're not
You
making this shit
is
up,
have
is
you
bro.
been
So go
is
ahead,
wait?
Kyle.
I got the floor. You been in
Go ahead.
prison?
Huh?
You been in prison?
I never been locked up before. Nah.
I've been in prison. They don't ask you that. They don't care who you was raised by.
exactly.
They don't give a fuck what you was doing. I was raised by two parents that raised me right, that's still married to this day. I chose to do whatever I wanted to do. My parents was very loving to me. You feel me? That didn't have me wanting to be loving to my daughter. My daughter just fucking loves me. I be around her. I want to be around her. I don't want to not be around her if I can be around her. It didn't work out with her mom, and I still want to be around her. I went to court to be around her.
Exactly. That's another thing I wanted to say too.
Uh-huh.
When you say about the parents and this, that, and the third, are these men or are these women fighting for their kids?
You speak up a
Exactly.
little bit, Jamal. I didn't hear you like that, man. My
Say it
fault.
again, man.
Are the parents fighting for their children? Meaning mother or father, because fathers can take the kids as well.
Yeah,
So
yo, some of
let's
them
say,
be trying to, bro. But the
Listen,
court
listen,
is
listen,
he
you not
said
gonna
listen,
he
act
listen,
like
said
the
listen.
court
no.
are
He
not
said
against fathers,
mothers.
bro.
He said mothers keep kids away from the dads.
All right,
That's cap.
that's
Some
cap,
of them
bro.
do.
No,
That's cap.
listen.
You
A
can
lot
go
of
to court,
a lot of
cuz.
fathers are not going
To
to court
court. They
or
don't.
fighting
Bro,
for their.
they are
They
not
don't.
gonna win. The court are
Listen,
against men.
listen.
Are y'all
That's
serious right now, bro?
look,
Oh
calm
my
down. Look, wait.
god.
Listen. That's the black mentality that we have of the
As black men,
as black men, because we
period.
feel that
We can't
it's
win.
her kid.
No,
We're not gonna win.
we're
But you
not
I'm
gonna
don't
not
win.
going.
win.
Look, listen. I'm not going
You're
to
on
court.
the phone with some. You're on
Yo,
the
Kyle
Cole,
phone
so
with
yo, turn your
somebody
light
that
on, Cole. I
won.
can't see you,
Kyle
bro.
went to court and won.
I won.
Kyle went to
You
court and
on
won.
you're on the stream with somebody that won,
Kyle
cuz.
went to court and won.
And
Yeah, but
won.
that's probably a low percentage, Kyle. You reaching, bro.
It's not a
I'm
low
not
percentage.
saying
They
I'm
It's a
not.
low
Hold on,
they
Kyle.
percentage.
don't do it.
I'm not.
Cuz,
Hold on,
wait.
Kyle.
Give me
I'm
the
not
floor.
saying
Give me the
that
floor.
fathers
Wait.
don't listen. I'm not saying that fathers don't win at all. We going about percentage. The court.
Cuz.
Because
Well,
fathers
hold
are
Oh
on.
not
my.
going to court.
You have to have. Yes, I'm not. You
You
can't say
go.
no black men don't go to
Let me
court,
tell you
bro. That's
something.
not true.
You want to know why the feds
That's
rate
not
is
true,
so high?
bro. We
This
got to
you
stop
you
promoting
got
that,
the
bro.
facts, right? Google it right now.
I
The
can't Google it right now.
statistics.
That's tacky, bro. I can't do that right now.
All right. So do
Oh,
that
because
later.
yo,
that's what that's what you should have came
Now
with.
check this out.
But you had the other
You know why the
statistics.
feds
yo,
rate is so high?
Yeah.
Because people don't go to trial.
That's
yo.
right.
If you
Listen,
don't go to
listen, listen,
trial,
listen.
then you can't beat the case.
Yo,
Because you feel like that's why the feds rate is so high. They'll
95%.
give you a
It's
plea deal.
95%.
Exactly. They give you a deal before we
We're
get
gonna
there.
give you the floor, cuz.
Take
Hold
this
on
right
2 seconds.
now,
I
and
know.
that way you don't have to go to trial. That's why it's so high. Same thing with child support and everything else. Fathers are not going to court. They get mad with the mother. Okay, cool. Fuck this bitch.
That's because they're not gonna waste their time, bro. They're not gonna win, bro.
Your kid is your time.
They're not gonna win. The court are against black men having their kids, bro.
You said the court are against black men?
And to me, and hold on. Let me get the floor.
All right,
the court want broken homes. So what they do is they make it easy for a nigga to be a deadbeat because they only give a nigga the fucking weekends.
No.
Answer this question.
Yo.
Answer this. Cole, I got you, Cole. I'm gonna get right to you, Cole. My bad, Cole.
And I'm gonna let you get the floor, cuz, and then I'm gonna let him talk again, and then I'm gonna talk again. Go ahead.
All right, so answer this, right? They make it hard for these fathers. They make it easier for fathers to be deadbeats because they only give them the weekends. Why not give them the whole week? Why not say, you know what? The mother get the kid 1 week, and then the father get the kid the next week. Why they make it only the weekend, bro? Because they want to make it easy for the fathers to not be in the home, bro. The fathers don't win. We're not going to sit and act like we don't have. That's a problem. Hold on, let me talk. That's a problem with our black community, bro. We got fucking what it is because we raised by our mothers. We raised by black women, and what they do is they put in our head that every nigga out here is a deadbeat, and that's not true, bro. I know, and you gonna say he's a father, and that's right. But I know niggas who fight for the kids, but yet they don't win. I know niggas who fight for the kids, but yet the mother keeping away from their kids, bro. We gotta stop acting like black fathers want to just be deadbeats just because they want to be deadbeats, bro. And that's not true. But go ahead, Cole, get the floor, bro.
Go ahead. Get the floor. I'm gonna speak after.
Go ahead, Cole. Go ahead, bro.
Again, bro, I would really like for us to get to a place where we can stop having these like generalized, nuanced conversations. Hold on.
I feel like that too. I feel like it's very generalized. Like
because look, right? I agree with both of y'all. Like on one hand, I will say as men, I'm not gonna say black men. I say as men, we are conditioned to believe that the courts are not in our favor. The courts are not in our favor, and we don't. And but at the same time, like to be real, what my man was saying over here, like a lot of men don't necessarily go the extra length. I'm not gonna say a lot of men. I would say enough men. Hold on.
70%.
I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot.
70%.
With that shit, bro. I'm tired of
70%. 70%.
Bro. I'm saying I'm not. Whatever the percentage is, I feel like if we're generalizing, men don't necessarily take the extra lengths to go to court and continue to go through the battles because of the notion that we feel like we're not going to have our way anyway, and it's not going to be in our favor.
Some men.
Okay, some. So what I'm saying is, I didn't say all. So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, if that gets continued throughout history, yes, you develop the conditioning of it's no point in me fighting through it. I'm gonna just not go anyway, which then in turn leads to prejudice. And I'm sorry, not prejudice, but stereotypes in terms of stereotypes in terms of how men are being fathers and things of that nature.
Yerrr. Are you enjoying the show so far? The show lit, right? Don't lie. If so, follow the YouTube page and the Facebook page. The Hot Talk Show YouTube page is the Hot Talk Show 92, and the Facebook page is the Hot Talk Show, so you can watch past and future episodes. Now let's get back to the fucking show. Peace out.
I want to be around her. I don't want to not be around her. If I can be around her, it didn't work out with her mom, and I still want to be around her. I went to court to be around her.
Exactly. That's another thing I wanted to say too.
Uh-huh.
When you say about the parents and this, that, and the third, are these men or are these women fighting for their kids?
Speak up a little bit, Jamal. I didn't hear you like that, man. My fault.
Say it again, man.
Are the parents fighting for their children, meaning mother or father? Because fathers can take the kids as well.
Yeah, so, some of them be trying to, bro. But
listen.
He said mothers keep kids away from the dad.
All right,
that's cap.
Some of them do.
That's cap.
Listen.
You can go to court.
A lot of fathers are not going
to court. They don't.
Bro, they are not going to win. The court are against men. They got serious right now, bro.
Calm down. Look, wait. Listen. That's the black mentality that we have of the
as black men.
Because we feel that
We can't
Oh,
win.
it's her kid.
No.
We're not gonna win.
But
We
you
not
don't
gonna
win.
Look, listen. I'm not going.
You're
to
on the phone with some. You're on
Yo,
the
Coles,
phone
yo,
with
turn your
somebody
light
that
on, Coles. I
won.
can't see you,
Kyle
bro.
went to court and won.
I won.
Kyle went to
You
court and
on
won.
you're on the stream with somebody that won,
Kyle
cuz.
went to court and won.
And
Yeah, but
won.
that's probably a low percentage, Kyle. You reaching, bro.
It's not a
I'm
low
not
percentage.
saying. I'm not. Hold on, Kyle.
They don't do it.
I'm not. Hold on, Kyle.
Give me
I'm
the
not
floor.
saying
Give me
that
the floor.
fathers don't listen. I'm not saying that fathers don't win at all. We're going about percentage. The court.
Cuz.
Well, hold on.
Going to court.
You have to have. Yes, I'm not. You can't say no. Black men don't go to court, bro. That's not true.
You want to know why the feds?
That's not true,
so
bro.
high?
We gotta stop promoting that, bro.
That's right. Google it right now.
I can't Google it right now. That's tacky, bro. I can't do that right now.
All right. So
Oh,
Yo.
that's what you should have came with. But you had other statistics.
Yo.
It's so high
Yeah.
because people don't go to trial.
Yo,
If you
listen,
don't go to
listen, listen,
trial,
listen.
Then you can't beat the case.
Yo,
You feel like that's why the feds rate is so high.
95%.
They'll give you a
It's
plea deal.
95%.
Exactly. They give you a deal before we
We're
get
gonna
here.
give you the floor, cuz.
Take
Hold
this
on 2
right
seconds.
now.
I know.
That way you don't have to go to trial. That's why it's so high. Same thing with child support and everything else. Fathers are not going to court. They get mad with the mother. Okay,
Don't
cool.
go to
Fuck
court.
this bitch.
That's because they're not gonna waste their time, bro. They're not gonna win, bro.
Your kid is your time. What are
They're
you
not
talking
gonna
about?
win. The court
That's
are
what's
against
wrong.
black men
That's what's
having their
wrong
kids,
with
bro.
You said
And then
the
what
court
they
are
do
against
is, right?
black men?
And to me, and hold on, and to me, hold on. Let me get the floor.
All right,
the court want broken homes. So what they do is they make it easy for a nigga to be a deadbeat because they only give a nigga the fucking weekends.
No.
So why answer this question?
yo,
Answer this.
Go
Oh, Cole, I got you, Cole. I'm gonna get right to you, Cole. My bad, Cole.
And I'm
I
gonna
got
let
you,
you
bro.
get the floor, cuz, and then I'm gonna let him talk again, and then I'm gonna talk again. Go ahead.
All right,
say your question.
so answer this, right? They make it hard for these fathers. They make it easier for fathers to be deadbeats because they only give them the weekends. Why not give them the whole week? Why not say, you know what? The mother get the kid 1 week, and then the father get the kid the next week. Why they make it only the weekend, bro? Because they want
can I get the
make
floor
it
real
easy
quick
for
after
the
you talk?
fathers to not be in the home, bro. The fathers don't win. We're not going to sit and act like we don't have. That's a problem. Hold on, let me talk. That's a problem with our black community, bro. We got fucking what it is because we raised by our mothers. We raised by black women, and what they do is they put in our head that every nigga out here is a deadbeat, and that's not true, bro. I know, and you gonna say he's a father, and that's right. But I know niggas who fight for the kids, but yet they don't win. I know niggas who fight for the kids, but yet the mother keeping away from their kids, bro. We gotta stop acting like black fathers want to just be deadbeats just because they want to be deadbeats, bro. And that's not true. But go ahead, Cole, get the floor, bro.
Go ahead. Get the floor. I'm gonna speak after.
Go ahead, Cole. Go ahead, bro.
again, bro, I would really like for us to get to a place where we can stop having these like generalized, nuanced conversations. Hold on.
I feel like that too. I feel like it's very generalized. Like because look, right? I agree with both of y'all. Like on one hand, I will say as men, I'm not gonna say black men. I say as men, we are conditioned to believe that the courts are not in our favor. The courts are not in our favor, and we don't. And but at the same time, like to be real, what my man was saying over here, like a lot of men don't necessarily go the extra length. I'm not gonna say a lot of men. I would say enough men. Enough men. Hold on. 70%.
I'm not gonna say a lot.
70%.
With that shit, bro. I'm tired of
70%. 70%.
Bro. I'm saying I'm not. Whatever the percentage is, I feel like if we're generalizing, men don't necessarily take the extra lengths to go to court and continue to go through the battles because of the notion that we feel like we're not going to have our way anyway, and it's not going to be in our favor.
Some men.
Okay, some. So what I'm saying is, I didn't say all. So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, if that gets continued throughout history, yes, you develop the conditioning of it's no point in me fighting through it. I'm gonna just not go anyway, which then in turn leads to prejudice. And I'm sorry, not prejudice, but stereotypes in terms of I'm not prejudice. Stereotypes in terms of how men are being fathers and things of that nature. Last thing. Again, you're talking to someone who worked for Child Protective Services. Every situation is different. So when people are fighting for their child for court, it's not just like I want to see my kid, let me see my kid. It's never that simple. Even for mothers.
No,
I've
yeah.
seen it on the fathers and I've seen it on the mothers end. So when children are in a home, the courts really do have to look at who is best suited, or if either party
What's best
is
The
suited
suited
mother
for
always
suited
this
for
gonna
the
know,
child
kid?
bro.
to.
They
Wait,
always
wait,
gonna
that's
feel the
my thing
mother
for
is
him.
more
Wait,
suited
wait, wait,
because
Scoot,
she
Bro,
look.
I
speak
can
more
never
No,
get
look,
than
my.
any
Go
mother.
ahead, yo. Go ahead, yo.
wait.
I'm about to get out
It's
of
what?
here. Go ahead.
No, hell no. Wait. I'm agreeing with you. What you said was a valuable point. It's what's best suited for the kid. That's what I wanted to interject to him. Like, it's not about the parents at some point when the kids is involved. Whatever situation is best for the kid. I know what you're saying. Oh no, he or she should be with the dad for the week or this week, bro. If that shit don't fit the kid's schedule for school or making sense for daycare, that's not sensible. That's gonna put
So
stress on the kid,
so
on the
so
kid.
so so again, right? If to
Yeah.
add to that, if a man, I'm only saying a man because we're having a father
Uh huh.
conversation. I'm only
Yeah.
saying the man. If a man is working 12-hour shifts Monday through
Mm-hmm.
Friday and he's fighting
Mm-hmm.
for his child, if I'm the courts, yes, I understand you want to see your child. What
Mm-hmm.
time Monday through Friday are you going to have to see your child?
I,
That in
I,
turn makes you a
listen.
what? It
A
makes you a
thousand
weekend
percent
parent,
agree with you.
What
A
you say
thousand
right?
percent
again?
agree with you.
Say Cole
So
A thousand
again.
percent agree with him. I wanted to
and
say that to
again,
you is I
and
a
and
thousand percent agree with that.
and again, I'm not saying it's strictly meant for fathers. I'm just saying like that's how you have to look at it. They always look
But
at it
mothers
like,
do work a
does
lot
your
of
schedule
overtime
fit the
and
child?
overtime
How
too.
is this child going to benefit from X, Y, and Z? And more
Yeah,
times than not, it's it's a verbal agreement between the mother and the father.
absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely,
That they
That's
can
it.
take
That's
absolutely,
it.
Hey,
they
Kyle, what
can
you
absolutely.
want to say,
actually
Kyle?
do
No,
themselves
listen.
to
That's
work them
that's what I
out.
wanted to say. I agree with him a million
Because
percent.
you don't really need the courts to really figure out y'all schedule. What it
It's
is
the
being that we both going through it, whatever we going through. I don't feel I need to tell you my timing as well as your timing, and then you feel like
You
you
need
can
to,
do more,
yeah.
I can do more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of tug and war.
Whatever is
But
best for the kid.
at the end of the day, we need to
That's it.
figure out what's
What's
best
best for
for
the?
the
That's it.
child.
That's it.
It's
But
not
they
about getting
automatically gonna
money
think
off.
the child being with the mother gonna be the best, bro.
No,
That
It's
is
not,
not.
bro.
no, that's
Is
not the case.
watch this. Look how you
Bro,
kill this. Is how many kids you got?
nada.
Point proven.
So how we gonna sit here and have
You
a
don't
conversation?
even know.
Wait, yo, bro, how many kids? Wait, how many
But I
kids you
got,
got,
but
bro?
I was a kid before. My father fought for
How
me and
many
he
kids you got?
lost, nigga.
Wait, Mel.
And he
How many kids you
lost.
got, bro?
But my father fought for me, but he
I'm
lost.
talking to the other brother. How many kids you got?
Oh,
I got a biological son and I got a stepdaughter.
I appreciate that for you.
I'm
Is
the
the
proof.
only one here? You're the only one here with no kids
But
and
I'm the
trying to
proof
talk about.
though. Because I was
You're
a
not
kid.
the.
My father
No,
fought for me,
you're.
but he
Listen,
lost.
statistically, you're the proof of something that can happen.
Of an era that don't exist,
But
bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling
yeah.
y'all that I was a
All right,
kid
listen.
before and my father fought for me, but he lost. So
Okay,
Let's
you
change the
guys
Bro,
topic,
can't
yo.
act like
Let's
what I'm saying is forced.
let him have the floor real quick.
see, you
But
going off
I
of
kind of
one
want to move
Let him.
on with the
experience.
Let
question,
him.
but go ahead,
yeah,
Cole.
All
let's
right,
move
come
on.
on.
Let's
Now
Let's
I
go.
move
kind
on.
Let's
of
go.
want to
Let's
move
go.
on a little bit, Kyle.
Move on, cuz.
I
Move
want
on.
to
Move
try this.
on.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so I want to.
Go
All
ahead.
right, so I got one more question from from my mental aspect, right? So
Okay.
y'all don't think that the government is breaking up black homes?
I don't.
Bro,
Start
I
we
with you,
don't.
gotta
I
Cole.
don't.
move on with the topic, bro. We gonna be
Huh?
here all
I don't.
night,
I
bro.
don't agree with that.
Exactly.
I don't
We
agree with
gotta
that.
move on with
I
the
I
believe,
topic.
don't agree with that.
You
I
don't.
don't
You
agree
don't.
with that.
So you
I
don't think
believe
the
us
Hold on,
government
people
cuz.
are
is
breaking up
taking out
black
black
homes.
fathers in the homes, bro?
No, I
No,
don't
Y'all don't
agree with
believe
that.
in that?
no.
Hold
Do
on,
you agree with
hold
that?
on, hold
I
on,
don't.
What?
hold on. Wait. Time out. Is
God.
you do make a good point because this did happen. I believe I don't know if it was the 60s, 70s, whatever, but I do know that they were giving benefits specifically to black
Parents to
women
mothers.
that
Yeah.
that were single
Absolutely.
and right,
That was like
and
in the
that ended
'60s.
up
That was in the
splitting up the
'60s.
home.
They
Yeah,
still
and
with
that ended up
certain
splitting up the home.
But that
Right.
what he specifically talked about was in the
That was a
'60s when
long
they were
time
like
ago though.
overwhelmed. Yeah, I
Now
But
agree
it's
with you.
still going on
You're
now.
right.
And this is
But
why
no,
you got
Nah,
some.
see,
it's
Hold
a
on. This is
different
why you
age now.
got some
Is
it's a
women who
different
feel they
era.
don't need no man. They fathers because the government taking up the slack, bro.
but a woman that feel like they don't need no man got nothing to do with the man
No,
or
no,
Exactly.
the
no.
kid.
This is why some single moms feel they don't
yo,
need fathers like that, or that they're allowing fathers to do the fuck they want because they getting the government help, bro.
But
Wait. They don't allow fathers to do shit. Like
First of
a
all,
woman could do. She could keep a kid. Guess what? With no court order, a father could keep a kid. So if a mother say, you know what, you're not
Yeah,
a good dad, I'm about to keep my daughter away from you or my son away from you, and she may keep her or him for a month. Look, by the time that father gets the kid, guess what he could do? I'm gonna keep him or her away from you for a month. Do a court order. It's no, it's joint custody with no court order. You could do whatever you want with your kid. Nobody could tell you nothing. This is what a lot of black fathers don't know.
Do
When you
you
have the
think?
knowledge of the courts,
Do you think?
nobody could tell you nothing. Because if
Okay.
somebody want to keep away your kid, it's on you to go to court if you truly love your kid and say, you know what, let me go to court and file a court order for courts to show. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have that knowledge. So that's why I'm on here. So you can have knowledge to be like, oh shit, she
Okay.
kept my son away from me, my daughter away from me. Nah, let me go do a wellness check. Let me send some cops over there to make sure my son is good, to make sure my daughter is good. Matter of
yo,
fact, they ain't even go that far. Let me go to the courts and do a fucking a court check to make sure I can serve her, and we gonna go to court immediately because I feel like my child is not being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. It's
yeah,
possible for men. Do men want to do it? No, and it don't cost you no money.
You can't say no, bro. Say some men. Stop
What
saying
you?
all men,
that's what
bro.
I'm
You keep
saying.
Cause
saying
it's.
You just
you.
said
I'm
statistics.
letting you know, statistically wise, any man could do that. If your baby mother
yo,
keep, you don't have a
yo,
baby mother,
excuse
but
me.
if go
Yo,
ahead, yeah, go ahead. You got the
excuse me.
floor.
I'm sorry. I really do want to move on, but I want to ask Age a question, right?
Do your thing, bro.
Yes, go ahead.
You
Yeah.
gonna laugh. You probably gonna laugh when I ask you this. Why when we mention like men, you automatically say some men and not all men, but when it's women, you don't say that. You
Yeah,
immediately
I ain't gonna
say
lie to you.
all women, all
Because
courts. They want
the
to do this.
topic is about.
Wait, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hold on. Wait. I'm
I
trying to
You've
get
been
it.
prove a
saying that
point.
all night, bro.
I ain't
Because
gonna
the
lie to you.
topic
Let him
is,
answer that. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to prove a point that fathers are better raised by. So I'm gonna be on the father side tonight. So I'm gonna be a little
Impossible,
biased.
but it's impossible though.
I'm gonna be.
There
Like
I'm
goes
being
it's
that.
honest with you.
impossible. A
There
father,
goes that
guess
I'm
word
on
what?
the
biased
side that
again.
a father
Listen,
is a
listen,
better
listen, listen.
parent
All
for a
right, go
son.
ahead.
So of course I'm gonna be a little biased. I gotta rock
But
with it.
All right,
you're
all right.
basing it on
It's
one kid
honest.
and a kid that you don't have.
It's not about
Hey,
the
hey,
kid
All,
hey.
having.
I want to move on. I
It's
want to move
more
on a little
so.
bit, y'all.
It's
I
more
Yeah,
want
let's
to
so
move
move
on.
you
Go
on.
ahead.
connect with the
right,
child.
let him move on.
I want to move it
Go
on.
ahead, cuz.
So
Move
this
on.
shit,
Yeah.
high. I like this though. All right. So all
Okay.
of y'all.
Hot
So
topic.
I want to come.
All of us parents except for you.
That's what I'm saying. You funny.
That's a
So
fact.
I want to move on. That's a good
You
one though.
going
All,
off a look.
That's a
all
good
of us
one though.
are parents
That's a
except for
good
you.
one though.
Let
That's
me
a good
I'm
one
gonna say
though.
one thing. Wait, let me
Wait,
say
let
one
Mel
thing.
get the
One
floor
thing.
real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Let Mel get
Now,
the
Go
floor.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
one more
ahead.
Mel. I
You
gotta
got the
move
floor,
on a
Mel.
little bit, bro. I
Wait,
gotta move
let him
on
get
with
the
this,
floor.
bro.
Let him get the floor. Don't do that. Let him get the floor. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay.
I saw this meme, right? And it made me look at all parents different, right? It said like
Man,
I was
you
it
gotta
was
speak up, man. I can't hear you,
it was
bro.
a meme. I saw a meme, right? The meme said, I didn't know what I was doing when I had you. I was trying. No one ever knows what they're doing when they have a kid. They're all just trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's figuring it out when they have a kid. No, it's no
Mm-hmm.
plan book or nothing when you're having a child. Everything
Yeah.
you're doing is freestyling. It's no,
Mm.
Absolutely.
after I do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You're freestyling as a parent. It's never
Yeah.
no, I know what I'm doing. I
Mm-hmm.
That's a
did this
fact.
No,
before.
it's no
That's
answer.
No answer.
It's no
the fact,
answer.
bro.
It's no answer.
It's,
It's no answer. It's no answer.
I want to move on a little bit. All right,
Go
fellas.
ahead.
All right, so all three are fathers, right? So I
Yes.
want to ask
mm-hmm.
you a question. What are like, all right? So what are the challenges of raising a son though, or a child in general though? I'm gonna
Well,
start
I
with
don't.
Coles. I'm gonna
All
start
right.
with Coles
So I
first. Cause
start
my
with him,
fault.
and then
Yeah, I'm gonna
start
go.
with
I'm
him.
gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna
I
take
don't
time.
have
I'm
a
gonna go with
son,
Coles
so you
first,
can start.
then
You can start.
Cardi, then
I want you
Mel.
to
All
go
right.
with him. No, hell no. Go with him, and then go with Mel because I'm watching my brother really.
All right.
I'm
All right, let's
telling
get
you.
it. All right, bet. So, all right,
Yeah.
so Cole. So you're a father, right? So what's the
Mm-hmm.
challenges of raising a son or a child in general? Like, what's your challenges? You think?
Well, uh, personally, I think one of the challenges that I face is being trying not to raise him with the um you're a man thing because I think that gets repeated so much, or like you a boy, you can't do this, you can't do that because you're a boy.
Exactly.
Not in terms of like wearing crazy stuff and all that. I'm saying real stuff like
Yeah.
if
Nah, I
it
want to. Yeah, I
like
want to
if
hear it.
he fall and hurt himself, the whole like get up, you a boo, that's supposed to cry. Like that whole thing for me is real uncomfortable. So like
I
that I
like
try
that.
to really stay away from. Because all we're doing is teaching our sons at that point to really like mask how they feel,
Right,
and
right.
that's gonna come out with
I like
aggression. So
that.
they're not gonna know how to
I agree
communicate.
with
They're
that.
not gonna know, yeah, they're not gonna know when to say I'm hurt or when to express it,
Mm.
because all we're doing is saying when you express it, you can't because you're a man, which then in turns into growing up as men, and when somebody asks you, "Yo, you all right?" Hey, I'm good. Like
Yeah,
so you automatically have
masculine got funny. I get you.
this barrier up, and you can't. So I'm trying to raise him to not be that way. But I'm also not trying to raise him to be soft either. So that's a fine line. But then just like wanting him to be
How
like
old is your
wanting
son
him to
that
be
you?
he
How old
he
is your
just
son?
he turned 6 on the 14th of May.
Mm,
Turn 6.
okay.
So
Okay.
like raising him because I want him to be better than
Okay.
me. Like I want to give him the world, but I also want him to work for it at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
like that.
I also want him to know Daddy got you at any time, anything you need, I got you. But I don't want him to know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. Like it's this weird.
I no, I ain't gonna lie to you. I
It's a
don't have a
fine
son,
line.
but
I got a
like
son. I got a son. I'm gonna tell you one
Yeah.
thing, right?
You
How
gotta do
you
one at a
raising
time,
them?
fellas. One at a time, man.
How you raising them? Telling them like "Daddy got you" is good, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, let them know that. Let them know that you here, cause they need to hear that. But what you do
Yeah.
need to know, what you what you do need to know is that at the end of the day, they need to hear that like if you fall, get up, don't cry, because you don't want him crying in front when you're not there, or
Right.
showing weakness when you're not there. Because at the end of the day, you're raising a young king, a young man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you don't want him to be. Let's say he fall, he start crying, he get teased. It's only going to get worse.
hmm
So you
Yeah.
need to have mental toughness.
Yeah.
I
And
have a
and
son. My
and
son is 10, and he plays basketball, falls on the floor, all that. Chuck it up.
yeah.
Guess what? You're a big boy. I tell him that. I don't say you're a man. You're a big boy. Because at the end of the day, you're raising a kid. He's still a child. So you don't want him to feel like, oh, I'm a man. I'm a man. You're not a
You can't
man.
show
You're
emotion.
a kid.
hmm
Make sure they know that they're a kid first. You want them
Mm.
to go through kid stages because at the end of the day, believe it or not, we wish we was kids to not pay bills, not have to
That's
worry
a
about a
fact.
lot of
That's a
shit.
hmm
fact.
But guess what? We're men. It's no backing up.
I'm
We
a,
gotta.
yo.
Yeah, Cole.
I
Wait.
Go
Let me
I
ahead.
just
Go
want to
ahead.
add
wait.
to
Let
that.
me wait. Let me just say something real quick too. Like
Let Kai get
before,
the floor.
I ain't gonna lie to you because I didn't really, but I got two, sons that
Oh,
I like.
sorry guys, they got swept. The Lakers.
It's
Sorry, the
cool.
Lakers
It's
got
all
swept.
good.
The Lakers got
Yeah,
swept.
but I listen. Hearing
I
y'all
told you
is
Lakers trash. But
I have two sons that I'm raising, and I got to do better with because I fucking hear y'all, and you feel me? They're not my biological sons, but it's like, fuck. I'm like hearing my brothers like I got to do way better than what I'm doing. You feel me?
wait. What you said? They not your
They're
what?
not my
So you're
biological
the same boy
kids.
as me, nigga.
No,
Yeah,
but he
but
got
I got like something I
Nah,
need to
nah.
like.
You
Nah.
nah.
What
You got
I'm
oh
being
He's
no.
not.
honest.
Hey,
He's
yo,
Listen,
not
that's
in the
crazy
same
as
boat
hell.
as you.
but
He's not in the same
look,
boat
but
as you.
I'm
Is
he has a daughter.
Nigga,
I'm just saying
I
something.
had a
Look.
stepchild too, nigga.
Wait,
My
wait.
girl
You
got a
cutting me
son
off.
and
You
all
cutting
that.
me off.
All
You
right,
cutting
all
me
He
right.
was
off.
my
Give me the floor.
biological son. What you
Cuz,
talk?
give
What
me
you
the
talking about,
floor.
Coles?
Give me the
I
floor.
told you
I'm
that
just telling.
earlier, nigga.
Give
What
me
you
the
talking about?
floor. Give me the floor.
Yeah, do
I
you think?
actually have a kid though. So
Okay.
with look, it's kind of different, but it's not really different because
Now,
I
wait, so
I
you got a
I'm
kid or
I'm
not?
wait
If
wait
that
wait wait
did
wait
it
wait
come from
wait
your
wait
sperm
wait
cells, nigga?
cuz give me the floor real quick because I want you to understand this because with my daughter I feel like I have to be vulnerable, but when I have my two sons that
mm-hmm.
are connected to me, it's not
Mm-hmm.
the same type of vulnerability, but it should be. If I feel like I'm making a commitment to like even feel like, all right, cool. Even if this situation go whatever way it go, I if I took that step to be that, let me continue that. So it's like hearing both of them speak is just like, damn, like maybe I do need to, you know, regardless of whatever happens with anything, the
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability that I have for my daughter, I should have for that. You get what I'm saying? So this was just like an eye opener for me, like because I like
Mm-hmm.
personally feel like sometimes I may, you know, treat this one different from this one, and I should really, you feel me, like just being honest with myself. Like I'm not, if we having a real conversation and we touching a real topic, that's just for me personally. I just feel like, all right,
Yo,
cool. I just this shit really was an eye opener for me. So it's like I
yo,
agree with both of
Yeah,
the
I
things
get it.
that y'all said, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
one more
I
call.
agree
I'm
with it.
gonna move on to the next question. Again,
I
bro.
agree with it.
nah, is I
I
was
agree
just
with
gonna
it.
say
I
I
agree
got
with it.
like I got like 10 more minutes, bro, and then
All
I
right,
gotta go back
cool,
in the
cool.
crib.
Let's go. Let's
All
touch it.
right.
Let's touch it. Go to the next one. Let's do it.
So y'all want to do the next topic? Which one want to do? Y'all want to move on to the next topic or
Let's
what?
do it. Move it. Move it. Let's go.
Moving on. All right,
Yeah.
bet. So
And look,
we're gonna
we
do.
go. Look.
All right, so we're gonna do a cheating as a choice of